Racing Series Spring 2025 season. This is round 4 from Road Atlanta. This is lobby number 2. For the first time, we had to split the two, obviously because we had more than 16 entries. So this is lobby 2, so running to the same lobby settings as lobby 1 did. They also ran through normal qualifying, which is the usual Goodwin E-Racing Club 1 lap shootout, which we ended up with Ming on pole, Zoe in second, Simo in third, AK in fourth, Esky Boy in 5, Sean Huntington's in 6, Huskador 7, and Tommy in 8. So let's get this race underway and see how things develop. So they had to run to the same, as I say, the same lobby settings as lobby 1. So here we are, just coming up to the start. Let's just change the view. There we go. So Ming leading the way, Zoe in second, and Simo third over the line. Round turn 1 looks like everybody's behaving themselves. AK looks like he's just jumped ahead of Simo there. Looking at the totem, Simo dropped down to 5th. So there we are with Simo. So he's already got rear bumper damage. Now we have damage on weak for these GERC races, which means basically the damage will last for 30 seconds and then it will self clear, but during that 30-second period of time it will slow the car down slightly. So there you can see it's the damage has cleared itself. So let's go back up to the front. I've gone too far, there we go. So Zoe's just taken the lead after Ming has just received a ½ second penalty for probably track limits. So Zoe's now out in front. Now, again, because of it being a dry race, they have to run all 3 compounds of tyre. So we have a soft, medium and hard slick tyre that has to be used, but it only has to be used on those tracks where it cannot rain. So there are certain tracks like Le Mans, Spa, and Ming's just gone off, taking a lovely little shortcut there. Somebody just went off behind him and off again, so that's going to drop him down. You know, in fact, he's got reset all the way back to turn 1. Who's that that's gone off in front of him? That's AK as well. So drama's going on there. Turn 1, lap 2. So Ming has just dropped back to back through the field. So Zoe carrying on a merry way. So what I was going to say is that at tracks where it rains, so places like Le Mans, Spa, where else does it rain? Red Bull Ring, that we don't run a tyre rule. So you can use any tyres you like for as long as you like. So you can run the whole race on soft, medium or hard. But at tracks where it stays dry, like here at Road Atlanta, or say Brands Hatch, you have to use all 3 compounds of tyre, which does make life interesting because you'll get people starting on different compounds all the time. So here we've got Zoe who's running on the soft tyre. So Zoe will be really, really quick to start with, and then potentially when she switches to the mediums or the hards, will go slower than she currently is, but other people may then switch to the soft tyre. You can use as many sets of them as you like, you can make as many pit stops as you like, but obviously the more pit stops you make, the less track time you have. So Zoe here we've got on the soft. Esky's worked his way up to second, so he's on the medium as well. So Zoe hopefully will get her foot down and be pulling away from Esky. Simo's up to third. Now he's running on the hard tyre, so he's doing really, really well on in this early stage to be up to third on the hard tyre. Tommy's come up from 8th on the grid to 4th. He is also on hard tyre. Sean is in 5th. He's running on soft tyre, so I would expect those 3 to concertina up a little bit, and I would expect Sean to get past Tommy and Simo, basically just because he's on the softer tyre at the moment. AK we've got on hard, but obviously we know he had his drama on turn 1, lap 2. Ming's got back up to 7th and running on the medium tyre. And Husqvarna is there on the hard tyre. So while he's losing ground at the start, particularly over Zoe, who's on the soft, that may come back to him later in the race, but we'll have to see how it goes. So Zoe there has a half a second time penalty for track limit. Now with the track penalties, there is a designated point now at each track that the car will be forced to slow down and you serve that penalty. And you just see the yellow markers there, which define where the penalty serve line is. So let's jump on board with Zoe and take a lap of Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. So here we go, across the start finish line now. We've just done a 1:15.215, which is a couple of seconds off of her slowest, but she had a penalty. Through turn 1, there's no real braking for turn 1 there. Just change down and turn in. Turn 3 here is a bit awkward, you can't see it, it's right at the top of the hill. And then through 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, which basically are all a straight line apart from turn 8, which obviously you've got quite a left hand here. Little short straight, up over a little crest, down to a right hander, and then hard braking for this next right hander, which takes you onto the back straight. So there's the longest straight here at Road Atlanta, and then you'll see the penalty serve lines just coming up. You see the yellow markers on the side of the track there. So if you get a track limit penalty, that's where you are forced to slow down and serve said penalty. And then through the last corner, back over the start finish line, and a 1:13.9. So 0.3 of a second off of Zoe's fastest. So through turn 1 again, see the tyres already, those left, particularly that left front tyre has got a significant amount of wear on it after 6 laps. So probably get another 4, 5 laps maybe out of that, and then we'll be seeing Zoe into the pits. So Eski here coming through 6, 7, 7 and 8. So Zoe, you can see the track diagram in the top right hand corner there. Zoe's just going onto the back straight just as Eski comes up to this right hander. Just behind looks like we've got a group of them running together. So yeah, Sean's now jumped ahead of Tommy and Simo, as you would expect because he's running on the softer tyre. So these are GR2 cars, which are based on the Japanese GT500 class. The race is in the Japanese Super GT Championship. So we've got exclusively Japanese cars. So we've, for example, got Sean here in the Honda NSX. We've got Tommy in a Lexus. And then we've got Simo in the third option of car, which is the Nissan GTR. These things produce a huge amount of downforce, which is great if you like a downforce car with loads of grip, and you can really throw them about. So Ming has managed to make his way back up to 6th place now after his dramas at turn 1 on lap 2. AK just running behind him, and that's obviously just trying to recover ground. And Husqvarna here we go, is running in 8th. So back up to Zoe, coming down the long back straight, and just as Eski comes onto the straight, and then we've got Tommy's now got ahead of Sean. So these three are pretty close together. So this race is 60 minutes. So there's no lap limit. It's just 60 minutes. So basically, it's as many laps as you can do in 60 minutes. So what we'll do at the end of this race is that we'll take all the race times from lobby 1 and lobby 2 and put them together collectively, and then sort an order from 1 to, I think it was about 20 we had to take place in this particular round, and then we will sort them out into the amount of laps and their finishing times, and then have a complete total at the end of that. So Tommy's on for a good lap here. He's 0.7 up on his previous fastest. So he goes down the straight. So this bit where Tommy is now, and Sean and Simo, is quite tricky because you come out quite a tight right-hander the second part of the chicane at the end of the lap, and it's uphill, and you're trying to put the power down, and the car gets really light over the crest of the hill, but you've also got to obviously keep turning right because you've got that fast right-hander onto the start-finish straight. Let's just jump on board with Simo and see how he gets on chasing Sean down. Obviously remembering that Simo is on the hard tyre and Sean is on the soft. So what we've got here on our dash, if you like, is loads of information going on. So we've got race position on the totem on the left hand side, and when we're actually racing we've got the time gap between the car in front, the car behind, and the time to the race leader, but because this is a recording, we don't have that information currently. Just below the totem we can see there currently the fastest lap so far is Zoe with a 1:13.616. Then as we go down we've got the overall race time in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Just move to the right a little bit where we've got the schematic of the car. Just to the left hand side of that would be if it rains, there's a white bar that comes up and down depending on how much water is on the track. Then we've got the schematic of the car, and the bars with the white and red show you the tyre wear. So if we look at Simo here, he's on the hard tyre. So the red bit is how much the tyre has worn. The white bit is how much of the tyre is left. So we just seen Ming just go past and take fourth place off of Simo, but unfortunately he's just gone off, so Simo will probably get that back. So if we look at the schematic on of tyres on Simo, and we jump ahead and look at Sean, who's on the soft tyre, you can see his tyres have got a lot more red on it than white, whereas Simo on the harder tyre has got a lot of life left in. Ming's just going to try and come back down the inside here. There we go, Simo making way. So Ming's on the medium tyre, so you've got all three tyre compounds there, so you can see the difference. Next, moving right, we've got the speedo and the fuel gauge in the middle. The important one is in the middle, so not so much the speed, but what gear, what revs you're doing. Then underneath that, the red bar that just jumped up there is brakes. The one on then you get the track diagram in the middle. The one on the right is throttle, so it's just lifted off. Now we've got full throttle. The one on the right hand side to that is engine revs. Below that we've got the three circles. So the one on the left is traction control. So we're on board with Ming at the moment, so he's got traction control turn on. There's 5 different levels of traction control, well 6 really. So you can have 0, which is traction control off, all the way up to 5. And then we've got the other 2 features there, which are stability and some driver aids. So we can see that Zoe's just gone into the pits on her soft tyres. So she's done 11 laps, just going on to lap 12. So she's taken a full tank of fuel. And at the moment she's still showing us on soft tyres, but that will change as she exits the pits. So we'll see what she goes to. So she's dropped down to 5th. And she's gone out on a set of hard tyres. So she's also picked up a 3-second time penalty there that you can see in the middle of the screen. That will be for cutting over, I was going to say the white line, but in this case at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, it's actually a yellow line for either pit entry or pit exit. She's picked up a 3-second penalty, which is served going down the back straight. And then to finish off with the dashboard here that we've got, on the right hand side there, you can see Zoe's lap times. It will display the last 10 laps for you. So in this case we've got 3 to 12, 12 being the current lap that Zoe is on. And then just above that is the diagram of the track. Zoe is the red triangle, just being overtaken there by AK, and then all the other blue triangles are the other people that are in the race. So you can see how close you are to other people. So we can see somebody's in the pits there, which is Sean. So Eski is on the medium tyre, so we'll go further obviously than Zoe. These cars will probably do, if you're careful, about 20 laps on the tank of fuel. So because Zoe is obviously now pitted and she was on the soft tyre, Eski's taken the lead, who's on the medium, but that will all switch around as the race goes on. Simo's got himself up to 2nd, he's on the hard tyre. He's got just about 1/3 of a tank of fuel, so he's better off on fuel than Eski. I believe they're both in, yeah, so Eski's in a GTR, Simo's in the GTR. So with this one, in this particular case, we were running BOP, which is balance of performance. So there's no tuning except the brake balance. You can shift the brake balance front to rear. You can go to +5 on the back, 0 is in the middle, and then -5. So there's 11 different settings there that you can use for brake balance. So Eski and Simo are both in the Nissan GTR. So Simo is probably using slightly different gears at different corners to Eski. So we can see Eski is got 1/4 of a tank of fuel down there on the left hand side, and Simo's got just over 1/4 of a tank of fuel. Simo is slightly better on fuel than Eski. Ming's managed to get himself up to 3rd, running on the medium tyre, just under 1/4 tank. He's actually on course to take the fastest lap of the race there. You see the purple pop up in the middle, which denotes he's on for the fastest race lap overall. Lap 13 there on the right hand side is blue because that's his personal fastest lap of the race. So 2nd split time is just coming up here. He's got a nice toe off of Simo here. So we see, there we go, he's 0.2 up at the moment on Tommy's fastest time now, which is on 1:13.3. So assuming he can get through these last couple of corners really well. He's just picked up a 1-second penalty, so this lap won't count. So even if he does manage to go quicker, it won't count. So he did improve his personal best time, but not the best time overall. So let's go back to Zoe now, running in 4th place in the Honda NSX. So she's now on the hard tyre, so her lap times will be a little bit slower than they were on the soft, but they will give you the duration, so you should be able to use a full tank of fuel on these. So here we go, currently the fastest man on the track, Tommy, in his Lexus, which I believe looks very reminiscent of the Lexus that races in the IMSA GTP GTD class. So it's at home here, running around Road Atlanta. So he's swapped some decals over and put Goodwin E-Racing down the side of it instead of whoever their main sponsor is in the actual car. So yeah, very nice looking car there, Tommy. So Sean in a Guinness sponsored Honda NSX. Let's hope he's not drinking a pint of Guinness while he's driving. That won't be good, not in one of these. Then we've got AK in another Honda NSX in the livery that it ran in the Japanese GT Super Touring Championship. Husqvarna student driver, he's new to the group, so he's done this livery, taking some cones out there just for so back to Eski, who obviously is a Valentino Rossi fan. Got running number 46 there. So his fuel's now getting low, so I would imagine we will see Eski into the pits either this lap or the next lap. It's a pretty short lap here at Road Atlanta, as you can see from the lap times. So you could probably do a couple of laps with the fuel warning light on. So it's 1:15.747 there. Let's just hop on board with him. Through turn 3, round 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Down back straight, down to the final chicane, then looks like we're heading for the pit lane. So there's the yellow line on the left hand side that Zoe would have probably cut on her way in. So here we go into the pit lane now. So it's team there already. Old tyres off, new tyres on, fuel going in. So full tank of fuel. So probably I would have thought either going out on another set of mediums or switching to hard. So it's gone out on the set of soft. It's interesting because soft tyres don't, generally speaking, last a full tank of fuel. So what we've now got is Simo jumped up to the top now because he's on the harder tyres and he was better on the fuel than Eski. But as we can see there, Zoe is now back up to second. So Simo, I would have thought, will be into the pits at either the end of this lap or the next lap. So we'll see how these guys get on with race duration in terms of laps, but I would imagine we're probably going to be looking at 44, 45 laps maybe. So yeah, Simo into the pits now in the Nissan, taking it steady, making sure not to cut that yellow line. So you might just see Zoe flash past and retake the lead. There she goes on the track, just as Simo pulls into his pit box. There we are. So Simo in Royal Air Force liveried Nissan GTR. For those that you might probably don't know, Simo runs an air cadet squadron, I guess, that you would call it. in Bromley in Kent. So all very proud and all the best to Simo for doing that. So he spends a lot of time doing that, hence the Royal Air Force livery on the car. So we have AK there running in 7. So he's still out on his hard tyres. So he hasn't even got the fuel light on now. So at the moment, so we'll probably see these 20 or 21 laps from AK, which will help him later on in the race. So we've got Huscador there. He's just coming up to serve a half-second penalty for probably track limits. Ming in front of him was just doing the same. Back to Zoe in the lead with quite a healthy lead by looks of things. So Zoe's going down through the turns 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 section, and second place Eski, who's just started to come through it. So yeah, they're fairly close, but so Eski's on the soft tyre and Zoe is on the hard tyre, so I would expect Eski to close this gap down. Maybe not necessarily get up to Zoe, but certainly close the gap down. So Eski started on the medium tyre and switched to the soft. Zoe started on the soft and switched to the medium. So Zoe's used either end of the tyre spectrum, where Eski's started in the middle and then gone softer. Ming has worked his way back up to third already, which is a great recovery drive. So the top 3 are fairly close together. So Zoe's just going into turn 1 now. Eski's just coming across the start-finish line, and Ming's just going through the chicane. So a good progress being made by Ming. Sean in 4th, Simo in 5th. So they're having a fairly steady race, but fairly close race. AK 6, so 4, 5 and 6 are pretty close together. In fact, Simo was having a challenge by those things. Maybe, no. So we'll keep an eye on these 3. So Simo is now on the soft tyre. So he's been in and changed tyres. Oh, you can hear some tyre squeal. What's happened there? AK just lost a bit of ground by the looks of things. So Simo and Sean look like they're the closest 2 on the track at the moment. So watch this for a bit. You've got the Royal Air Force chasing the pint of Guinness here. Maybe Simo fancies himself a drink. So there we go, currently on board there with Simo. Ooh, having a challenge down the inside, didn't quite make it. So Sean, what tyres are we on with Sean? Sean's on the hard, so Simo has got quite a decent advantage as far as tyres concerned. So if I was Simo, I'd be trying to find a way past sooner rather than later. Doesn't want to be stuck behind somebody on a hard tyre. But it looks like Simo's just lost a little bit of ground there, so maybe a mistake coming through turn 2, 3. So we'll see if he can close that ground. See, we've got AK and Huscador in the pits. AK's just gone out on a set of mediums, and Huscador also on a set of mediums. So they've switched off of hard tyres onto medium. So Tommy here is 0.4 of a second up on his fastest time. Talking the fastest time, that's now gone to Ming at a 1:12.7. Let's go back up front and see what's going on with Zoe and Eski. Is Eski closing down? So AK, she's gone off the track there. Zoe's just nipped past to put a lap on AK. Will we see Eski in the background? No, where is Eski? Let's have a look. There he is. So they're on the back straight together, but Eski hasn't closed down as much as I thought he would. So looking at his lap times now, he's got a 1:49 in there. Maybe that was when he made his pit stop. It doesn't tell us on that totem on the right. So Zoe's getting quicker now on her hard tyres. So running consistently in the 1:14s there. So should hopefully be able to get through a full tank of fuel. Keeping it nice and steady, nice and consistent. Not doing anything silly and chucking it off the road. It's always quicker on the grey stuff than the green stuff. Just see AK in the background there, running in 7th. So Eski's doing 14, is he? So Zoe on lap 23 there, done a 14.7. And Eski on a 14.9. So Zoe's slightly quicker, actually, on the hard tyres than Eski was on the soft. Let's see what they do this time round. Zoe downed into 1:13.8 on hard tyres, which is great. And Eski 1:15.1. So Zoe is now actually pulling away, even though she's on the harder tyres. She is actually pulled a second and a bit, well, 1.3 on that lap from Eski. So we'll see if Ming can close on Eski, but tyres are starting to look pretty well warm there for Ming. We're just coming up to put a lap on Husqvarna, I think that was. So Simo is now up to 4th. Sean looks like he's recovering from a spin. Let's have a look. So Simo's already ahead at this point. So coming up towards, yeah, there we go. Just misjudged turn 3. Took the old track. So Simo up to 4th now. Me in 3, but tyres are pretty well worn, so that's going to dictate when they come into the pits. Not with the fuel. Going through for another lap. So 14.5, Eski on a 14.3, and Zoe on a 14.5. So Ming has just pulled a little bit of time back over Eski and Zoe. In fact, AK's closed up behind Zoe as well, because they were coming onto the straight a lap or so ago, and he certainly wasn't that close. So AK possibly looking to unlap himself from Zoe. He's got a slipstream here. Zoe letting go. AK just sitting in behind by the looks of things. So Zoe 15.8. See if Eski takes any time out of zone on this lap. 15.0, so he's taken 0.8 of a second out of Zoe. And what's Ming going to do? A 13.7. So Ming is really closing down on Eski here. But Ming's tyres are fairly well read, especially that left rear tyre. Not a lot of life left in that, and got the fuel light on as well. So I think destined for the pits on this particular lap. Simo running fourth. Running on the soft tyre. Muscador just jumping out the way. So Simo's lap times not too bad. Got a couple of 17s in there, which would suggest a couple of little small mistakes, but other than that, not too bad. So let's see what Ming does. Yep, there we go. Looks like we're off into the pit lane. Oh, no, decided against it. So possibly decided to try and do another lap instead of picking up a 3-second penalty. But that was quite a slow lap. That was a 17.2. So all the good work over the last couple of laps has been lost. Eski steady in the 15s. Obviously trying to look after those tyres. Simo's come into the pits on the soft tyres. Zoe there still going round, so Zoe's got the fuel light on, AK still behind her. So Zoe there just letting AK go. Good intelligent driving there from Zoe. Don't want to get held up by the back markers, got their own race to run. So off into the pit lane now. Simo is on his way back out the pits, so we'll see. He's gone over to a set of mediums. Tommy's in the pits, coming on a set of softs. See what he goes out on. Zoe in the pits on hards. Probably switch to the mediums, I would guess. So we've got 24 minutes left of the race. Away goes Zoe. So Tommy's gone out on a set of mediums. Ming's into the pits on those soft tyres. So Zoe, I would guess, will go with medium. Which possibly will be enough. There we are, out on a set of mediums. This may possibly be enough to get Zoe to the end of the race from here. 24 minutes or 23 and a bit minutes to go. So Ming's in the pits now in fourth. See what tyres they go out on. There we go, rolling down the pit lane and out on the hard tyres. So again, possibly enough to get to the end of the race if they can look after the fuel, but might need a splash and dash. In which case, Simo may be looking in the box seat to challenge Sean and Ming, but I think Sean will probably owe us a pit stop. Yeah, he's getting low on fuel here. So Simo and Sean were quite close, so this will be... I suspect Sean will probably come out behind Simo. So Simo's just going through 8. Sean just going down the back straight. It's going to be pretty close between the two of them, I would think. So Eski is up the lead, but that left front tyre is pretty much worn out. So still got a quarter of a tank of fuel. So she could have just filled up to 3/4 of a tank and run a slightly lighter car, which would have looked after the tyres and also produced a slightly faster lap time. So Zoe running second there. So where are we? So Eski going down the back straight, just popped through the second split, and Zoe just coming up to go onto the back straight. So Zoe is well and truly in the box seat here by the time Eski makes a pit stop. Zoe will be back out front. Sean's going to be due into the pits as well. Eski's going for another lap. So this is now starting to cost time. You can see on the lap times there on the right hand side, we've gone from doing mid to low 115s, we've suddenly gone out to 17s and 16s. So Zoe, I would suspect, so this will be first lap completed. So Zoe comes through and does a 14.6, where Eski was doing a 16.3. So almost 2 seconds lost there to Zoe. So Eski's left front tyre is pretty much full red. In fact, it's just gone full red. So that means there's no usable tread basically left on that tyre. In we come. So yep, time for a new set of tyres. So I would suspect we'll see, here we are with Zoe. Zoe to sweep back into the lead. Eski should come out in second as Ming's just going on to the back straight now. So there we go, fueling done. Eski's on his way. Let's see what tyres Eski goes out on. And we're out on another set of soft. So I don't think Eski's used the hard tyre yet, so he's going to be in the pits again for another stop at some point. We're going to have to switch on to the hard tyre. So close up. So Eski's just coming down towards the back straight. And Ming's on at set hard. So if Ming can look after the fuel but do decent lap times, he's got a decent chance of jumping up to second here. AK's got himself up into fourth, and he's got half a tank of fuel with medium, so he'll be stopping again. He won't get through 19 minutes on half a tank of fuel. Simo on the mediums with 3/4 of a tank of fuel. That could be tight. Those two are running pretty close together. Sean's behind Simo, running in 6 on a set of mediums, but with a full tank of fuel. So it is possible for Sean, I think, to get from here to the end of the race if he can look after that fuel. Tyres medium really shouldn't be too much of a problem. Should be able to, if he can look after that fuel a little bit, should be able to get through the next 18 minutes with that tank of fuel. Tommy running in 7th on mediums, 3/4 of the tank, so that's going to be a bit. Tommy's going to have to do a bit more fuel saving than Sean is to be able to do it, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it from there on 3/4 of a tank. Huscador, yeah, half a tank of fuel, set medium, so that'll be another stop. Zoe on mediums and 3/4 of a tank with 17 minutes left. Could be tight. Might need a splash and dash possibly. Eski on the soft with a full tank of, well, more or less a full tank of fuel, but on the soft tyre. So whilst Eski will be really quick, definitely going to have to make another stop because those soft tyres won't last 17 minutes. So 17 minutes will probably be 14 or 15 laps, so there's no way those soft tyres are going to go for that. So it could just be a quick pit stop for tyres only for Eski. Ming on the hard. So in terms of fuel, Eski's in the best position. But in terms of tyres, Zoe and Ming are in the best position. Probably Zoe is in the best place because she's on the medium where Ming is on the hard. AK, yeah, he's going to have to stop again because everybody else has got pretty much a full tank of fuel. So AK is going to have to be in the pits again at some point, probably within the next half a dozen laps or so. Simo looking definitely good on tyres if he can make the fuel last. But we know Simo was really good on the fuel earlier in the race. So 15 minutes left, half a tank of fuel. Possibly doable for Simo there. Sean running in 6, just set his fastest lap of the race on the medium tyre. Just going down through turns 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. All these turns come really, really closely on the back of each other. He goes through 8. Tommy running 7, fastest lap there on the right hand side of a 13.1, which compares to the fastest race lap overall of a 1:12.7 from Ming. Huscador running in 8th. See his fastest lap there is a 1:16.5. And then back to Zoe, who is leading. So Zoe's got just over half a tank of fuel left and 13 and a half minutes to go. So it could be close on fuel for Zoe. Tyres aren't the problem. She's there running on the mediums. So seems to be. So Zoe's done on that last lap a 15.9 and Eski a 13.9. So Eski took 2 seconds out of Zoe on that lap. But Eski is going to have to make another pit stop because I don't think he's run the hard tyre, and those soft tyres will not get through to the end of the race. So Ming running in 3rd on the hard tyre, only half a tank of fuel. Simo on the medium tyre with half a tank of fuel. So this will be interesting whether who can potentially get to the end of the race. AK on quarter of a tank with medium tyres, so he's going to need to stop for fuel and tyres before the end of the race. Sean there running in 6, so Sean's going to be okay for fuel and tyres. I don't think Sean's going to have an issue with either of those. Tommy half a tank in mediums, and Husk just coming out the pits on a fresh set of tyres, obviously with a full tank of fuel, so he's going to have and set of soft. So 11 and a half minutes left, so he's not going to have a problem with tyres. Back to the front, Zoe's still got half a tank. I think Zoe's going to be all right on fuel, I think. No issues with tyres. See, running nice and steady in low to mid 115s. You can see there in the blue on lap 31 was Zoe's fastest lap of the race, 13.5. So Zoe coming up to complete another lap here. So a 15.9 from Zoe there. So Eski coming down. Eski's going to have to stop again with that left front tyre. I don't think the fuel's so much of a problem for Eski, it's that condition of that tyre. So 10 minutes, that's probably another 8 laps, 8 maybe 9 laps. So we've got Ming running in third, Simo in fourth, Sean in fifth, so no fuel issues or tyre issues here for Sean. It's whether or not he can catch Simo, but so we've got Sean going through 1 and Simo on the short straight between turns 8 and 9. So Sean's got to have his work cut out to catch him. AK running in 6th now, just coming over start finish, where Sean is between turn 8 and 9, so quite a decent gap there. Tommy down the back straight with AK going through the turns 4 to 8 section. So AK's got a decent lead there over Tommy. And Huskador running in 8th, who's obviously new to the group. And look, I think this is the first time he's actually driven a Group 2 car. So he's doing okay. He's on lap 38, where Zoe's on 41, so he's 3 laps behind Zoe. So Zoe's just being ultra consistent and just putting in the lap times. You go another 15.6 from Zoe there. Eski running 2nd. Looks like he had a bit of a slower lap there on lap 38. He's got a 1:24 there, where he's been consistently, so you see his fastest lap's at 13.9. So something's gone on lap 38 there for Eski. Lost probably 8 to 10 seconds. So that one was a 15.9. So Ming 3rd, and Simo 4th. Oh no, big lose by Ming there. So this is turn 8. Will we see Simo go past? Can't be very far away from her. From him. In fact, I think, yeah, but we just about see Simo now in the background. So now we've got a battle for 3rd and 4th place. Simo looks like he's picked up a track limits penalty, a half-second limit. There we go. So this could be a pretty close fight now for the last 6 minutes of the race. Can Ming hold on? Or will Simo manage to nick that 3rd place? So we'll keep our eye on that. Sean's running in a comfortable 5th. AK in 6th. Tommy 7. Husk in 8th. Just about to go. Sean just about to go past Husk and put another lap on. Zoe there running in 1st with a half-second penalty. Just going to serve it now. There we go. So let's just keep our eye on this battle for 3rd place. I think 1st and 2nd are well sorted, although Eski he's going to have to make a stop, I think, just to get rid of those soft tyres. So you've got Ming and Simo there. Yeah, they're not that far behind. This is going to be close for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Ming just making a slight mistake, just going wide, just maybe opening the door. Where's Simo? There he is. So we'll keep our eye on that totem on the left and see if Eski makes a pit stop. I would have thought he would need to, because that left front tyre was looking very sorry for itself. So we've got Ming on the hard tyres and Simo on the medium. Both with slightly less fuel for Ming, with 4 and a bit minutes to go. So we'll keep our eye on this. In fact, Simo, there you go, just taken 3rd place. Good move there, brave move around turn 1. That's a quick corner. So the question is now, will Eski have pit? Oh, Ming just having a look up the inside, but unfortunately just runs wide. So Simo now up into 3rd. See, Eski's going to have to stop. There is no way, I can't see him doing another 3.5 minutes on those tyres. In fact, there we go. Into the pits he comes. So now we keep our eye on Simo. In fact, they're gonna... Eski may not need fuel, but he definitely needs tyres. So has Simo. And Ming is gonna need fuel. There we go. They jump up to 2nd and 3rd. Great fight here between Simo and Ming. Eski's dropped to 4th. He's gone. There we go. He's onto the hard tyres. No fuel, just a swap of tyres. So we know Zoe's... Oh, Simo's got a half a second penalty. That's going to drop him behind Ming. Oh, Ming's now got a half second penalty as well, so it's now an equal fight between the 2 of them. So Zoe way out front. So Zoe's just coming through the turns 4 to 8 section on lap 46, and Simo and Ming are on lap 45, just coming down the back straight. So Zoe's got 3/4 of a lap lead over these 2. So whilst we know Zoe's out the front, we'll keep an eye on these and see who can finish 2nd and 3rd. Ah, Ming's got another half a second penalty. So fuel lights on for both of them. So 58 minutes, there's 2 more laps. Have they got the fuel to do 2 laps? So we've got Tommy here behind Simo. Ming out of fuel. So Simo's second. And Simo second. Eski's there in third. Eski's going to get Simo for second, and there he goes. So has Simo got enough fuel to do another lap after this one? He's got a lap and a half left. Ming's out of fuel, so down to 50. That's going to cost big time. Oh, what a mistake of the maker. Sean up to fourth. Simo in third. Eski running second. Has Simo got enough fuel? Simo's back right out of this now to try and get fuel to the end. Will he pit? Will he try and go for another lap? He's going for another lap. There's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Simo's on to another lap. So if Sean doesn't make it across the line, time's up. So Sean will come through and finish fourth. There we go. So Simo will finish probably third. Zoe's won the race. Congratulations, Zoe. Just crossed the line to take first. Eski will finish second. Loads of fuel. Simo is probably going to run out of fuel, I would have thought, on this lap. But he's going to end up third. Ming, will they make it into... AK's come through in fifth. Ming is sixth, limping to the finish, out of fuel. Will Tommy... Are they on the same lap? Yes, they are. Will Tommy catch Ming? Tommy's running flat out. Ming's doing 50. Oh, Ming's going for the pits. Oh, what? So, yeah, Ming goes through in 6. Eski Jer just finishing second. Tommy 7. And Simo coming through. Simo's managed to make it on the fuel. So fantastic race there. Congratulations to the top 3 of Zoe, Eski and Simo. Brilliant. We will see you next time, where we move on to the Red Bull Ring, and we will be running the new Formula 1 car that's been added to Gran Turismo 7, the F3 500, and we will see you there. Cheers now, take care, and we will see you